Sati sir, ஆரம்பிச்சட்டுமா? Hello.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Please.
Okay, sir. Oh, okay, sir. Okay, sir. So, good evening to the show. We are welcoming for the first webinar to be conducted by the Department of Biochemistry, Rathnavel Subramaniam College of Arts and Science, on the topic Nanobio Incubation Facilities and DST funding opportunities. In this forum, we will begin the session with the prayer song. I call upon Lakshmi Vijayan of first MSc Biochemistry to have the prayer song. Let's all close our eyes to listen to it.
हृदयरागतन्द्रिमीटे स्नेहगीतमीगिम् कर्मभूमितलिरिडुन्न വർണ്ണമീകിയും നമ്മിൽ വാഴും ആദിനാമം ഇന്നും വാഴ്ത്തിടാം ഹൃദയരാഗതന്ത്രി മീട്ടേ.
So to begin the session, we'll have an introduction about our chief guest. So our chief guest is an eminent person, because he is our ex-service alumni student, and he is a student of biochemistry. Dr. S.P. Suriraj, scientific officer in nanotechnology, PSG College of Technology. He has been working for the past 2 years in the Stem Cell Nano Research Foundation, and also he's a postdoctoral fellowship, done his postdoctoral fellowship in nanobiotechnology in IIT campus in the year 2018 in Chennai. He has completed his PhD in nanobiotechnology, PSG Institute of Advanced Studies from Bharatiya University, MPhil in nanobiotechnology, and BSc in biochemistry. He has been working as a reviewer in the top scientific journals, and he has around 16 to 17 international and national publications, and he has published 2 different books in case of stem cells and nanotechnology. He has also awarded with fellowship for the Indian Association of Nanoscience and Technology, and also Junior Research Fellow Award by the Government of India. So let's have the session, because he's a brilliant scientist as an officer. He will be sharing with us the ideas about the different ideas about the entering into the DST type of projects. And let's begin the session by listening to him. Thank you.
Introduction. So let me thank RVS management for arranging this wonderful webinar. So before going into presentation, so let me clear few points. The presentation is not about any of my R&Ds or research works. It's purely on entrepreneurship, startups, and grant opportunities by the government. So it's purely on entrepreneurship. So who is entrepreneur? So any individual who have some idea, so want to implement that idea and want to enter into the business. So how we can support him? So that particular individual. So today we are going to discuss about how to support that particular entrepreneur. So let me give a small brief about my organization. So PSG Step, it was established in the year 1998. So our objective is to support entrepreneurs to promote technology-based enterprises in the fields of biotechnology, nanotechnology, so biochemistry, so microbiology, and electronics and IoT. So coming into areas of operations, so as I said, how to support that entrepreneurs or individual. The entrepreneur individual may be anyone, like he may be innovator or a scientist or a like common man. So how to support him? So for first, we will provide the incubation support. So any individual who is coming with good idea or a business idea or technology idea, so we will provide a incubation support to come and sit and think about the research focus. And the second type is of innovation support. Say, for example, is coming with some good idea of drug delivery or some microbiological things or water treatment. So any idea. So we will provide the innovation support by connecting that particular individual to the scientists from PhD and other entrepreneurs. And the third stage is funding support. So let me explain this funding support in detail in the later slides. And the fourth is prototype development. That particular individual who want to develop a business, he already developed the idea and he completed the R&D skills. So the particular individual need to develop a product or a prototype. So in what way we can support him? So to develop a prototypes or models, so our PhD step will be helping. And next is mentoring support. So we have a great scientists, faculties, and startup community to help the entrepreneur by giving a mentoring. And network support, entrepreneurs promotions, and we are conducting startup boot camps to teach an individual how to run a business, how to develop a technology, how to promote a business. So all this we are conducting a boot camps every year, and we are helping with the outreach centers, and also we are doing projects and consultancy. So these projects and consultancy I will explain in detail in the upcoming slides. So coming into grants, so as for the DST, so is providing a grants for startups. So through PhD stuff, so we are providing so Nidhi EIR and Nidhi Prayas and Seed Fund. So this Nidhi EIR is the initial stage of fund where the individual innovator can get a monthly fellowship of 30,000 per month. So this particular fellowship for a period of 1 year, so almost 3.6 lakhs in his total period. So that particular innovator to develop a particular idea into a prototype. So to develop the prototype, this particular grant. So once he developed a prototype, this particular guy will enter into the second stage of funding is called Prayas. So we will support any individuals who's coming with only idea through this EIR. So we have a separate portal with this. So there are some few points in that. So the particular applicant should be the age limit of below 35 years, though he or she should completed at least 4 years of degree, either BTech or BA or MSc. Since BSc is not eligible, it's a 3 years course. So the particular applicant should complete a MSc at least. So for example, a individual innovator, even in the BSc, they developed a good idea to come up with some prototype itself. So we will write a separate letter to DST stating that please permit this particular innovator, since only the age is only the problem, so that we can write a letter and DST will give the recommendation to us to take that particular applicant. So these are the things. So total almost 15, this is the last year record. So almost we have 20 plus beneficiaries of Nidhi EIR under this scheme. So coming into second stage of funding is Nidhi Prayas, where the innovator or individual can get a quantum of assistance up to 10 lakhs. So for example, individual innovator already developed a prototype from his good innovative idea. So you want to implement that particular prototype and enter into the business. So in how way we can support that through this 10 lakhs. So the particular innovator will get this 10 lakhs in 3 stage of fundings. 3 lakhs for 3 months. This is also a period of 1 year. So within that 1 or 1.5 years, you have to develop a prototype and also you have to enter into the market. So this is also in the application portal through the PhD step. There are this for this particular grant also there are various regulations by the DST. The particular innovation, so innovator have below 35 years, and also the particular innovator should have at least 4 years of degree. So like that there are various norms, and the main thing is that the particular innovator after receiving this grant should register a company through this fellowship program. So the concept behind the presenting this particular schemes to your students, because since you have involved in at least 6 months of your project in BSc final year and almost 1 year in your master's training, so you have to utilize the particular project or thesis duration, and you have to develop a good prototype. Simply just submitting a thesis and just getting the degree is not a good thing. So through these fellowships, if you really did a good projects in your masters and in your even in your PhDs, once you have developed a prototype, so and just by getting the business ideas, you can easily avail these particular fellowships. So the third stages of funding is seed fund. This is the latest stage fund where the innovator already developed a business, they enter into the market. Only you need to increase the manufacturing setup and quantity. So for this, we are providing this seed fund, but this will not come under any grant stages. So it will come under equity and debit concept, where the particular innovator should return the amount with a rate percent of 5%. All this under the DST norms. So we are giving this financial support to extend the product development and testing, trials and testing and marketing, and filing the patents. So coming into the incubation centers, the PhD step have 4 incubation centers inside the campus. The first thing is Nanotechnology Research Innovation and Incubation Center, where we have a hi-fi equipments, and this center is supported by Department of Science and Technology. So National Science and Technology Entrepreneur Development Board. So we have received a amount of funding to develop this incubation center and also to developing infrastructure. So we have a higher end equipment facilities. So in this nanotechnology incubation center, this is not only for our research students or faculties, it is open to all public innovators. So any outside campus students can use these facilities through PhD step. So there are particular domains and laboratory working under this incubation center. The major thrust areas are plastic printed electronics, healthcare innovations, smart textiles, and renewable energy. So some of the major labs inside the nanotech sensors, tissue engineering, nanobio materials and for drug delivery applications. So flexible printed electronics lab, fuel cells lab, solar cells lab, and nano composites productions lab, and nano coatings, textile and water purification labs. So we have individual laboratory facilities in the nanotech incubation center. So let me show you some of the facilities in incubation center. So don't think that I'm just showcasing the equipments. It's more on how you people can utilize the facilities. We have higher end equipments. Say for example, starting from HR term. So the major problem for the final year students of UG and PG is to only thing is to avail the characterization techniques and the research proper labs in the rural area colleges. So we have developed an infrastructure facility in nano bio incubation centers so that any students can use of the technology in a simple cost. Even we are running incubation center under the GSTs, so we will not put any separate GST for the charges of characterization. So the first major equipment, if you see na, high resolution transmission ultra microscope. This is the costliest characterization technique wherever any research is in on nano or micro wherever. So this particular equipment will be highly useful to characterize the morphological analysis. So the main thing is that only the PhD students or scholars and faculties can do these testings. So this UG PG students are not at all thinking about to study and test this equipment because of its cost. So through PhD steps, we are putting all these things in a very nominal charges. Those list of prices with all equipments, I will send it to the separate mail through Shamina. So coming into what is the application of this particular term to study the morphology and size of the nanomaterials. Even our equipment is in such a way, even the biological samples like bacteria, viruses, fungus also can be images. So in this particular equipment, we have various operation studies, bright field studies, and HRTM, SAED patterns, energy dispersive X-ray spectroscopy. You want to study elemental analysis also. In one particular equipment, you can study all these characterizations. Even we have inbuilt of nano beam diffraction also. So what are the details you can collect it through the crystallography through XRD? Those crystallographic details also you can easily get through this HRTM through selected area electron diffractions. So these are the some images what we analyze through the HRTM. So even if it is even though it is a fiber, so bacteria or nanoparticles, so any core shell nanoparticles, you can easily get the morphology at a high resolution. So coming into AFM, this particular equipment, so to study the topography analysis of the samples. So in this particular equipment, in one AFM, so the innovator can study various techniques like STM, LFM, phase imaging, magnetic microscope, an electrostatic force microscopy, spreading resistance, scanning capacitance imaging, Kelvin probe microscopy, each stage operations, and a nanolithography and nano indentation. All these techniques can be easily done in one equipment. Even this nano indentation studies to study the tensile properties of the samples. So this is the best equipment for the biological samples to study its topography. We have a separate mode of in liquid mode operations also we are performing. So in this case, the sample preparation is very easy to study. So these are the some images shared in the AF. So this is fibers, particles, even some microorganisms. So coming into scanning electron microscope, so you can see this particular equipment in most of the universities. We have a cryosystem part in the scanning electron microscopy. So the particles is highly sensitive, like biopolymers and the polymers or some bacterials and those type of highly sensitive polymer based or biological samples. We can easily get the morphology with a mapping system through the cryo part. So we have a cryosystem inside our scanning electron microscope. So apart from this, we have a Raman microscope. So it's a Bitech alpha confocal Raman microscopes and modern pan-analytical high resolution XRD, even a lithography. So all these equipments we have make infrastructure in the nano incubation center. So we have a Beckman ultracentrifuge. This particular ultracentrifuge have the capacity to go up to 1 lakh RPM. So the researchers working on drug delivery, drug consumables, and quantum dots. So they for those particular people, this particular ultracentrifuge will be a useful tool. Coming into 3D bioprinter, since we have a separate tissue engineering laboratory, this particular 3D bioprinter will be very useful to develop tissues. And also we have a separate tissue engineering laboratories that you can study and perform a wait a minute. Okay, so you can through this you can study the toxicology analysis through this tissue engineering laboratory. So apart from this, we have a separate clean room facility of class 1000 and class 10,000. So for example, we have installed the physical vapor deposition and chemical vapor deposition and lithographic analysis in the clean room. So any innovator who is working on highly sensitized materials, so they need a particular clean room facility. So this particular clean room facility will be open for all innovators. And these are the small equipments that we have in our incubation facility. So why I am showing all these facilities, again I'm saying it's not like I'm showcasing the PhD. It's just make a list of the equipments. And any of the equipments, if you want to avail and use for your projects, even now everyone in the lockdown period, so you want to avail this particular, please write a mail to STEP regarding the usage of the equipment, so that within a day our particular concerned persons will help you to avail this facility. So this is open for all innovators and other college students also. So apart from this equipment facilities, our scientists and faculties have developed some particular technologies and products that are ready for the market. So a particular innovator who is not getting any idea, so simply want to develop some business, but he is not that much capacity to develop a particular area. So we can connect that particular innovator who is having only the business idea, not the technology. So we'll connect to our faculties. So already they developed some patents or products in their particular domain. So the particular faculty will connect to the particular innovator and to give the particular innovation to the innovator, so that the faculties can share their products and innovations to the innovator to develop the business. In that particular, so we are, I just make a list of some technologies already available in the PSG. So ammonia gas sensors, ion sensors, diagnostics, VOC detectors, so magnetic fluids and carbon-based dynamic materials, even various materials for the water treatment facilities. The faculties already developed and it's a patent. Apart from that, some specific equipments also we have developed. Say, for example, hydrospinning facility. So to develop the nanofibers, so that particular equipment itself a product of PhD. So and apart from this, ball milling equipment. So say, for example, people working in some dry powders, biopowders, it's in the micro form. They want to convert it into a nano form at a dry physical. So it's a one type of physical tool to convert that particular micromaterial into a nanomaterials. So coming into bio incubation center, so we have a separate infrastructure laboratory, open innovation lab to the outsiders. So any individual can come and get the slot to use the particular laboratory facility. So we have classified into two types. One is open innovation lab with common micro equipments. So it's not a major thing. So any individual, so working in some either a student or innovator from any outsiders, so they want to perform some particular experiment for a period of 1 week or 2 weeks. So there we welcome them and we can support the particular lab facility to the innovators. So that's why I suggested students and outside innovators, so come and utilize the facilities. And also we have separate package programs and all those things, so that I will show you in the upcoming slides. So these are the various list of facilities what we have in the Bionest. Since it's partially funded by the government and also by the management. So this particular project in the Bionest, so Bio Incubation Center, it was supported by BIRAC. So they want to develop infrastructure in PSG in such a way that any individual or outsiders can come and utilize the facility and want to develop that particular idea into a prototype. So just these are the some major and minor equipments. And apart from that, we have a biomedical innovation center in PSG hospitals. Say for example, people working in some organ developments and also that biomedical devices. So in this case, they want to go for ethical committee approvals. So as a faculties, they can submit a proposal to a government, they can get the ethical. So for the individual innovator, so he don't know how to get the ethical approval and all those things. For that also, we will connect that individual innovators who want to develop a biomedical devices, I want to get the ethical approvals in animal studies. So we'll connect the particular innovator to the PSG Biomedical Innovations CBMA, where the people of experts in hospitals will help that particular innovator to get the ethical approvals and also to perform the animal studies. So there, but all the procedures are already available in the PSG step website link, where the separate application form is available to submit the proposal to the biomedical innovations or EAR, Prayas or incubation facilities. So this is another TIFA core facility what we have in the PSG campus. So to develop the prototype itself, so they want to scan their products, so 3D printing, so all these facilities that we are having in the facilities. So apart from that, we have separate IT park and electronics also. So coming into the schemes and offers for the individual investors. So we have classified that particular innovator and individuals into 3 different categories. And first one is nano aspirants. The aspirants in the sense the person will have only the idea, uh, he not have any funding support, he will not have any some prototype, only he will have some idea, he want to develop something. So for those case of students or individual will become under the aspirant category. And innovators is the, like say for example in the aspirants are all UG PG final year students, so they are working in particular thesis work and want to develop some idea, they want to prove that idea, all they will come under the aspirant. In the case of innovators, so say for example PhD students and faculties, they already completed 3 or 4 years of research work and they have developed and proved their idea, even they have developed some prototypes, so they want to enter into the startup community and also they need some business supports. So those type of people are innovators. And third category is nano ventures. So they need they no need of even fundings, or they already have a business opportunity, only thing they want some incubation support and testing facilities. So for that particular peoples we will give some supports. So as I said before, we are providing the incubation space first, mentoring and laboratory testing and characterization facilities. And what are the programs that we are conducting, we will enroll them. And apart from that, we are providing a grants and funding opportunities to these peoples. So this is some like a kind of a package programs where we are offering to the other college students. Even say for example any UG or PG students, they are performing their final year thesis work. In rural colleges, they will not have some that much facility. Either one way they have to go for some IIT, NIT as internship, they get completed their projects. Most of the students, they are doing their project in their own college. So without any much of a higher and equipment facilities, the particular innovator, as a shake of thesis, they can simply submit a small proposal. but you want to develop a real-time prototype, you want to become a very good, want to develop a patent, or you want to publish a paper, or you want to enter into the business community. So you need the particular characterization and laboratory facility. So we are entertaining the particular innovators or students, a group of students from other colleges, to make use of our facilities through these package programs. So all these package programs may be, for example, everything in the rental space. So for example, a team of students from other colleges, say 3 students of final year PG pro, they want to utilize and all the facilities and labs and all those things. So we have some package offers like 10 to 15,000 rupees for the particular team groups, so that the other college can come and utilize all these facilities. They can complete it, their thesis work. Either we will connect those particular students with our faculties also, and also some students, they no need some many mentoring or support or faculty support. So they will be directly working with their particular college staffs. So they need only the laboratory and testing facility. So we will connect with the laboratory physical supports. And also we are conducting a challenge programs, nanobio challenge programs every year in the month of December. So this is the challenge programs conducted by the PSG College of Technology and PSG staff. So this is open call for the innovators. So any students or scientists or individual innovators, they can submit their idea in the PSG portal. So for this particular challenge. So apart from giving certificates and conducting the programs, if the innovator have a really good idea, so we will directly put them into the final stage of the EAR or Prayas. So through this challenge program, an individual innovator can get the chance to enter into the final stage of the interview for the EAR and Prayas programs. So for this also, we will send a circular to all college students every year so that they can come and submit and showcase their products. So these are our industry partners. Thank you. So, Professor Shamina.
Hello. So thank you, Surya, for the wonderful presentation down the nanobioscience and the incubation facilities. So thank you so much. Audience, you can have your certificate by clicking on to the link that has been given in the chat box. So there will be a feedback link that will be given in the chat box. You have to go to that link, complete your Google form, and you have to send to us. So the chat will be viable only for 30 minutes. So you have to complete your feedback link within that. So this is the process that has been done. So now I hand over the session to Kavita. Dr. Kavita is there. So like on behalf of, yeah, Kavita.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yeah, I can hear you, ma. So I welcome Dr.
Thank you, ma'am.
Kavita, the Department Faculty of Biochemistry, for giving the vote of thanks of this webinar.
Good evening all. I'm Dr. Kavita. I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the of this webinar. On behalf of the Department of Biochemistry, Rathnavel Subramaniam College of Arts and Science, I'd like to thank Dr. Surya Raj, Scientific Officer in Nanotechnology, NRIIC, PSG College of Technology, for gracing on today's webinar. Very interesting. The way he explained the topic is exemplary. Thank you, sir. I would like to express my gratitude to our beloved principal, Dr. T. Shivakumar, for providing continuous support for us. I extend my thanks to Ms. Shamina, Head Department of Biochemistry, for her support. Also, I'm very happy to express my sincere thanks to our staff members who worked hardly on behind the screen, who you all made this as very successful. Thank you all. Also, I thank Mr. Satish for his backstage support. Thank you, sir. Finally, I thank all the participants for their active participation, where you all made the session memorable and successful. Once again, I thank all for your cordial cooperation. Thank you. Thank you all. Jai Hind.
So, thank you everybody for joining us in the session with Dr. P. Suriraj. So, first of all, as Kavita initiated, we thank our management for rendering us the support. The technical team behind Mr. Satish was there all along from the scratch. He was just teaching us how to do a live webinar. And during this pandemic, we learned a lot of things. We have seen a lot of FTPs happening, a lot of webinars happening, international conferences happening. So likely the department is also likely to organize lot such events in the coming futures. With the support of the management, principal, vice principal, and with all our family, biochemistry family members, we are going to do it in the future. Do like us and support us in also in the forthcoming webinars. Thank you all. Thank you for the session. Hello, the feedback link is given on the screen. So this is the feedback link, and this link you can go on and you can give your feedback. For the next 30 minutes is given to you for the feedback link to be submitted to us. So hope that you submit it, and we'll meet later in the next webinar, forthcoming webinars. Thank you. If any questions, you can post your questions, you can post your questions in the chat box, and thank you.
Professor Shamina, any questions?
There are many questions posted over here. Many were asking about the feedback, and like there is, I'm just going into it. So
If
most were
any
asking
questions
about
about, ma'am, any questions about incubation or funding or testing, so I will share the email ID. So you please ask them to
sure.
submit. So step at psgtech.edu.
Yeah, sure.
Ask them to submit queries in that. Okay. Please share that email, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay. Can I leave, ma'am?
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much.